Hello families, my name is Vidisha Bakchi and I will be your pre-K teacher for September 2020 all the way through the end of the school year. I wanted to introduce you to our school website so you know exactly how our school year is going to begin and where you can find the resources you need to support your child, and especially at this time of COVID, really to understand the resources available to you, and even how you can contact me if you have any questions. So we're going to walk through our class website, and if you have any questions even after this, feel free to email me with them or reach out in any way that you feel more comfortable with in the Contact Me page. So this is a glimpse of what our classroom looks like and where your children will be spending some time with me. These are the bulletin boards and their work up, and some work up from the previous students, our chalkboard, and also where our meeting area is. This is to give you a little bit of information about me. I graduated from Queens College with my bachelor's in early and elementary childhood ed and an English and math major as well. So I graduated with 3 majors in my bachelor's, and now I'm working on my master's in education at Toro College. And when you go to the Meet Your Teacher part, you will be able to read all about me, but I just wanted to talk to you about the things that I love and adore that are closest to my heart. And that would be my family, teaching, going on road trips, poetry, the season of fall, and cake. I love to eat lots of cake. Here are some ways that you can contact me. Now you can also send a letter or contact the school if you ever need to get in touch and you're not able to reach me through phone or email. I'm available in that way as well. The monthly newsletter, which will also be available to you in Spanish and Hindi moving forward, is exactly everything you need to know for the month of September, what we'll be doing in school, what your child is learning, and some resources that can help them, especially some books that are beneficial for them to read, some things that they will be learning in school, in the classroom, and outside of in our virtual meets. This is to break down the different subjects for you and the activities that we will be focusing on for the month of September. Now, I don't want you to worry if your child doesn't know these things or hasn't yet learned them. This is what we will be working on and what we will be learning. So if you are concerned that your child isn't meeting the mark when it comes to all of these activities, they don't need to be. It's all right. I want you to know that all the children learn at a different pace, and that's okay. I'm here to walk them through it. So this month is really to focus on their welcome to pre-K. They will be introduced to the theme for the month, which is welcome to pre-K, and throughout the month they will be learning about how to treat their friends, their teachers, how to socialize, and they will have the opportunity to explore the classroom, to see what's around them, and to adjust to the environment, even to get comfortable learning in the environment. And if they are in a virtual classroom, they will still be meeting their friends and learning about their friends' names and morning meetings and what happens when we get together. When the school year begins, I will write in the important dates and birthdays over here. So if you ever are curious about days off or half days or even just our schedule and class birthdays, then you'll find that here. What I like to do for birthdays is to put together a video of all of our friends wishing the student a happy birthday, and that's something we'll talk about moving forward. Now, our reading corner is not necessarily books that you have to get. As we move forward, I will show you where you can find books online for free, and you can use our class code to access them. They might not have all of these books, but they will definitely have some of them. And I don't want to pressure you into buying any books or resources. I want you to know that there are a lot of resources available online, and we should take full use of them. This is our weekly newsletter. So our monthly newsletter, which is here that we just talked through, will be updated once a month. And if I make any changes to them as we go along, then I will send you an email and let you know that changes were made. I will definitely put them in with highlighted or bolded font, so you will know that that's the change I'm referring to. And our weekly newsletter is updated weekly. Here you can really see and understand what's going on in our virtual classroom or even in school. It discusses the monthly theme, the focus question. It talks about the book of the week. A book of the week is one book a week that we focus on. We do a picture walk, which is we look at the pictures, and we talk about different elements of the book. And by this, they can really recall and understand in depth a book instead of just reading many books at one time and not thoroughly comprehending either of them. And here are some at-home activities that you can do with your child at home. So I gave you an English preview and also a Spanish one as well. This way, if you can use the one that's easier for you to read through. At home, I encourage your child to do some activities that are involving you as well, but really related to or relevant to what's going on in school. So if they're learning about water in that week, for example, I might ask your child to help you wash dishes and talk about, while you're washing dishes, talk about what they're doing step by step, so they're learning sequence and also learning about different temperatures of water or soap and different kinds of soap, liquid and solid, the different ways we can dry dishes, and so on and so forth. I will also talk to you or inform you about the letter of the week. Every week we change the letter of the week, but we don't go in order. And last but not least, we might do a small fun activity such as finding a shape in your house or finding a color in your house, either drawing it out or writing the color with your assistance. Now at the bottom of this, this will be mentioned twice. So you will see important dates and reminders in the monthly newsletter and the weekly newsletter. This is so that you always have access and you don't miss any days off, or you don't miss any vacations, and if you have travel plans or so on and so forth, you have access to the dates in multiple places. Lastly, I wanted to talk to you about the educational websites that I made available to you. Now, Starfall is one of them, PBS Kids, Epic, and abcyeah.com. Starfall is a website, and the reason I specifically chose these websites for us to work with are because they are catered to pre-K as well as other grades, but they do have free resources available for pre-K. Now, Starfall is a website that's good for exploration. It has games, it has learning games, reading, writing, resources, and through really having fun, your child is learning a lot in this website. This is something that I use in our classroom as well when the children have computer time, which is timed, of course, but so I think it would be good to carry it forward into the home so they're using the same resources and they're already familiar with what resources you're presenting to them. Now, PBS Kids is something that you might already be familiar with. It's been around for a long, long time, and it's really a resource which helps to empower children for success in both school and life through the games and resources or videos available in the website. Now for Epic, I just wanted to show you Epic really quickly. Epic would be here. And this is what I look at when I open Epic up. And in Epic, I have a class code, which I'm going to send to you in an email. And this class code you can use with your students or your child to really log in and read books at home with them virtually. So there are some books which are audiobooks, or most of them are audiobooks. And then there are some books that your child, when they're ready, they can start to read on their own. But the benefit of the audiobooks here is that it helps you really go word by word on the page, and it highlights the word as it goes along. And it has books of all grades and levels. Now, abcya.com is a fun and educational website. It definitely has a lot of resources available for our children in pre-K. And if you have a child in a different grade, it's something you can use for them as well. And actually, all of these resources you should be able to use for children between the ages or between pre-K and at least grade 6, if not older. And ABC, yeah, is also um, it's not only games. I want you to keep in mind that while it may look like these websites are just fun games, I want you to know that they're learning through play, and that is the point of pre-K, is that your child is learning through play. So as these educational websites might seem to some parents as just them being on the computer playing games, I want you to really sit with them and look at what they're doing and what they're learning while they're playing. And when they're listening to an audiobook, talk to them and talk to them about what they heard and ask questions as they go along. When we do EPIC together as a class, whether it's on a virtual meet or in class, what I like to do is really ask questions as I'm reading to read for understanding. So what I will do is if I recommend a book, I will also post some questions along with it that you can ask your child. This way you don't have to come up with questions on the spot, and it makes your life just a little bit easier. Now, these are the resources available to you at the beginning of the school year, and as we move forward, there will be more resources available to you. I want you to feel free to contact me if you have any questions about anything that I spoke about in this video, and I also want you to really just walk through the website and read through it, see what's available to you, discuss any questions you might have. Reach out to parents, because when we do have our orientation, we will exchange numbers and emails for those that are comfortable. And this way, I'm not your only source of resource. You have a community, and really a learning community in our school that you can reach out to if you're struggling. But I want you to know that I will always be your first point of contact, and I will always do my level best to answer any questions you might have. All right, thank you so much for listening. I know it was a lot of information, so just take it in, and you can rewind and re-listen to parts that you might have missed. And there will be parts of the newsletter or the monthly newsletter that I will upload in Spanish and Hindi as well. So I want you to look out for that. Thank you so much.